So how did Café Gratitude come to be in Kansas City? I, Natalie Jakara, was traveling in 2007 to San Francisco for a business trip, and my friend said, "There's a restaurant called Café Gratitude there, and the founder is known as the Master of Abundance. You ought to check it out." It was hearing the words Master of Abundance that very much intrigued me and inspired me to dine there. Back then, I didn't know it, but I had an eating disorder. It started after a boy called me Fat Nat when I was a kid. I counted every single calorie I ate. I worked out almost every day, and if I ate more than 1,300 calories, I made myself go back to the gym to work it off. Apparently that's called exercise bulimia, but I didn't know that. Café Gratitude did not have calorie information, and I found this extremely annoying. But I enjoyed the vibe and the energy of the place so much that I decided for a week I could let go of my calorie counting obsession. I ate as many meals there as I could, and I fell in love with the place. And on my way to the airport for my return flight, I ordered a dish to go, the I Am Fabulous raw lasagna. As I sat on the plane and ate my meal, I was transported into pure enjoyment. With each bite, I thought, I am fabulous. I am fabulous. Oh my God, I'm fabulous. And I felt this shift in my whole being. It was like I was vibrating in a different way. And with the last bite, I had this realization. Prior to that moment, I could suddenly see that every time I ate, I had been so fearful of food. I was literally afraid that with each bite, it was going to make me fat. But while I was eating the I Am Fabulous, I was lifted to a new state of being, a new state of consciousness, one that I would describe as a state of enjoyment. That experience changed my life and my relationship to food. I threw out the calorie counting and focused on eating wholesome quality food from that point forward. About a year later, another restaurateur wanted to raise money to start a vegan restaurant in Kansas City. I was considering investing, and so on another flight, I got out a piece of paper and I wrote down what I would love to invest in. What transpired next was not something I planned, it just happened. As I was writing, my brain turned off and I was writing from my heart. In essence, what was coming through my pen was not coming from my thinking. It was coming from what I would love. When I was done writing, I read the words, and it was then that I realized that I was to bring Café Gratitude to Kansas City. This may sound silly, but I had this feeling of the heavens parting and receiving this clear message that said, "This shall be." The feeling was so clear and so strong that I just knew it would happen, no matter what. When I got off the plane, I called Café Gratitude and told them that I had just received a message that I am to bring Café Gratitude to Kansas City. The kind woman at Café Gratitude said, "We aren't really expanding at this time." To which I replied, "That's okay. It's going to take me some time." She did say that I would need to make sure that I'm aligned with what the cafe was about, and it would be best for me to attend one of the workshops on sacred commerce to learn about how the cafe does business. A few months later, I was in San Francisco at a sacred commerce workshop, and it was there that I got my next steps. Build the Café Gratitude community with the different Café Gratitude workshops, and then we'll be ready for the cafe. We had 4 workshops on abundance, relationships, sacred commerce, and community building, and each time more and more people attended. And after 4 years of asking, Café Gratitude said yes to opening a location in Kansas City. And in 2012, the cafe opened in the Crossroads. To date, we are the only location outside of California. I'm curious, have you ever received a clear message like the one I received? Or is there something now that is calling you to take action on? If so, I'd love to hear your story in the comments.